What's up, guys? It's producer Jay, and welcome back to. I almost blanked on the name. Why did I do?
Wow,
That's
that's crazy.
Listen.
Nice. Just the way I like
It's been a long day. I'm literally running on like 3 hours of sleep, so cut me some slack.
No,
Welcome to the Loading Up podcast.
absolutely not.
I'm here with my other co-hosts, as you've heard.
Yes, brother Zay's here.
I am the bitch. I'm stop. Brother Tay.
I don't know if you want to continue that.
No, I walk around like I'm that nigga. That's all it is.
I see.
But no, we're
I see.
good.
How you guys doing?
I'm exhausted, like normal.
Exhausted? No, we can't be exhausted. We gotta be excited. We gotta be happy. We gotta be ready. It's almost Christmas time.
Christmas time.
I know.
The air.
I know. For us adults, that's like very stressful, especially us with kids.
I don't think like that means I just gotta buy people stuff. Like I don't want to do that.
That's literally what I was doing all day yesterday. It's not fun.
That's a shame. I did all my Christmas shopping like 2 months ago.
You know, I say that I'm gonna do that every year, and then every year something always comes up where I just don't have the money, and miraculously I have the money right before Christmas. So
it's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, it's always a Christmas miracle, conveniently.
It's Christmas something, that's for sure.
Christmas bullshit. That's what that is. What you guys been playing? Anything new?
So there you go.
I just finished literally like an hour ago, maybe High on Life on Game Pass, and it was awesome. The humor is hilarious. The story was really funny. Just everything about it was good. The visuals were good too. You know, especially like the bad guys and the guns. They were really cool. So I had a lot of fun playing that game, and I did 100% it. And I don't think I will go back to 100% it, but I'm satisfied with the ending and everything I got so far.
No, dude. Nice. The games made by like the creators of Rick and Morty aren't really like games to go back and complete. They're just games to enjoy.
Yeah.
But pretty much like the main selling point is the fact that it has like the Rick and Morty style humor.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's what you get out of it. That's what people want. And it's funny because a lot of people were kind of, I don't want to say they were shitting on it, but they were kind of saying it was mediocre or it wasn't that great or anything like that. But when you look at it, a lot of it has to do with the humor.
Yes.
And it just wasn't their type of humor. So it's like, I feel like it's kind of ingenuine to talk about why you dislike a game. Well, I mean, if the main part is the humor, at least acknowledge that it's not your type of humor.
Yeah, definitely.
Before you even say whatever you want to say about it, like at least acknowledge that, because Rick and Morty may not be for everybody.
No,
but that doesn't mean it's a bad show.
It's definitely not. Exactly. It's definitely not.
You guys said the same thing.
It's not made for everybody. This show is a little all over the place.
But it's out there. It is out there. I love it. So if you love Rick and Morty, you love that humor, you're gonna like the game. And if you don't like the humor, you're just not gonna like the game. And that seems fair to me, you know? Like no everybody has to like the same things we like. You know, we can all have a difference of opinion. Except on Mass Effect. You can't have a different opinion on Mass Effect.
You gotta like it. That includes you, brother Tay.
Not playing it.
We'll get him there one day.
No.
One of these days.
No, you're good. I fully believe you're great. You're great.
No, I was watching clips on it because I haven't. All right, as of this recording, I haven't played it yet. There should be a video recording of me playing it as I'm editing this, because I'll record it in post. But I was watching clips of it on like Twitter and stuff, and it's just one of those. I mean, it's Rick and Morty. Like, there's really not much you can say other than that. But the one I saw recently was you have to. There's like a train car, and you have to choose to save. A bunch of people or just one.
The great dilemma: would you hit the switch to kill? If there's a switch that's gonna kill one person, that's gonna kill 5 people, will you hit the switch to kill the one?
Yeah. No, but what got me was that one of the people on where there was multiple people side, he was like, he was saying, I said I didn't want to. Oh man, I can't remember. Oh, I think it was genocide.
Yeah, he said it's a good thing you're gonna kill us because I committed a genocide and I'm probably gonna do it again. So you made the right
Yeah, and then
choice.
This is one of the
No.
5.
Yes.
yeah, he was one of like the 5. But then like if you switch it over to the 1, and he was just like, I know I said that I was not proud of doing genocide, but thank God, because now I get to continue doing genocide.
Oh my!
It is
Yeah.
hilarious.
I remember. I know one of the, actually. I remember. I watched one of the clip. One of them was like, "Oh my god! Thank God you hit the switch, because I'm pregnant with twins." They're like, "Yeah, look at that! You saved a baby who was pregnant with twins." And then, and then if you hit it again, they're like, "What are you doing? You're gonna kill a lady that's pregnant with twins."
Yes.
It's like, is this
man,
what you
I
want
love
your
that.
legacy to be? You killing twins?
So just full disclosure, I killed all 5 of them.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I can't let somebody's gonna commit genocide go. It's just
That's
what kind of
crazy.
person I be.
You really killed a pregnant lady. That's wild.
And
Can't believe you would tell us this.
the one who survived, he goes, "Man, I'm really thinking maybe you should have sacrificed me because that lady was pregnant." I was like, "Oh man, I feel so bad."
Damn.
I told you the lady was pregnant.
It was hilarious.
But again, genocide's a thing.
Yes, definitely.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You can't
you're
look
probably
away on
saving a lot
genocide.
more lives than
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you gotta make the option, like genocide or lady stays alive. I'm not making that choice.
Well, you got to if you play the game.
You're right. If I play the game,
It is what it is. So let's transition into the news. It's kind of light this week, at least from my end. Or unless I was just blind to any type
You
of
were
news.
just so busy. That's what it was.
This week was pretty busy, not gonna lie.
I understand. Christmas is coming. It's your fiance's birthday today. Happy birthday, by the way. I know she probably won't hear this, but still want to say
You
it.
know, she don't listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
and she's like, listen to what you gotta say. I do that enough on a daily basis.
Right? I don't want to hear more of your voice.
How come when I say that I'm the bad guy? What's going on here? Not to you personally, just when I say that in general about my own self. I'm like, I don't want to hear myself talk. I do that enough. They're like,
Oh,
no.
but that's self-deprecating. That's different.
Motherfucker, I'm tired of my voice too.
Just tired of talking.
Like, what do y'all want from me?
So, producer Jay was kind of right in that it was late for news, but we do have some news, and we actually have some Sony news. The first time for the podcast that Sony has some news.
Wow.
I know, right? Other than them trying to stop Activision, but yeah.
What? Who said that? No. Continue.
So for the first bit of news, we have some controversy with PlayStation 4 players and the makers of the Horizon Forbidden West game. So they're mad at the makers because they came out and said they're going to do DLC for Horizon Forbidden West. But although the game was made for both PS4 and the PS5,
We're going to be down on
DLC
PS5.
is only going to be done on the PS5. You're right, Brother Tay.
I kind of figured.
And
That's pretty shitty.
it
I'm not
is.
gonna lie.
It is. And lots of people all over Twitter were very upset, especially people who don't have the PS5 yet or people who just can't afford it. They're like, well, we own the game too. What about us? So they were voicing their opinions. Of course, Sony doesn't really listen.
So just get a fucking PS5, you broke bitches.
Exactly what they're doing.
It's like, what about me? My PS4? Fuck them.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're like, if you're a real fan, you'll get a PS5. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Why you ain't real enough? Did you ever think about that?
This is the same company that said when the PS3 came out and it was $600, they said people will get a second job to pay for this PS3.
Yeah.
And people will get a second job to pay for this PS5.
Exactly.
If anything, all I learned is that their paying has not changed.
Yeah, they've raised the prices of the PS5
Exactly.
in other countries.
Exactly what I'm hearing is like, he looked at you like, was I wrong? Was I
Apparently
wrong?
not. Apparently not. Sadly.
Yeah.
Looking
I
at him like,
mean,
I don't got this. Like someone else does, though.
what can you do? You really can't do anything. They just made the decision, and they're going to keep it on the PS5 only. So
Which is weird also if you think about it, because as far as I know, the they haven't released sales figures. Usually when that's the case, it's pretty low. Well, low by Sony standards. Cause like when God of War sold 5 million, they announced that shit. Like they didn't hesitate to say, "Hey, we sold 5 million."
yeah,
But they haven't released Horizon numbers, and that's probably means it's sub 5, probably like sub 1 at that.
Released it like suck a dick.
they released it a week before Elden Ring,
Well,
and
yeah.
how that turned out. Nobody even had a peep on Horizon Forbidden West once Elden Ring came out, so it kind of just went under the radar for the whole entire year. And I think it boils down to them just not wanting to invest the time and the money to make the DLC for the PS4 when they don't see future investments into it. It's like
Well, they
it's
did.
just a PS4.
Yeah, like they did their job to try to get you to buy the second one,
Yeah,
buy the fifth edition. They probably don't want you not to buy it.
exactly. And actually,
But go ahead.
I was gonna say, and actually today with the Guerrilla Games, the makers of Horizon Forbidden West, they just announced that they're going to be making a multiplayer version of Horizon Forbidden West. So they're going to be doing more DLC. I'm pretty sure that's going to be only for the PS5 as well, and it's going to be multiplayer.
Okay, I mean that's a little bit understandable. Like that's multiplayer. It's not. I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard that it's gonna be free to play, or maybe not.
Well, either way, it's probably going to be PS5 only.
Yeah, but that makes sense because it's a new thing.
Yeah,
Whereas with the DLC, it's
yeah,
the game.
yeah.
It's just more content added to it,
Yes, yeah,
and it's really shitty because that Sony is not only gonna sell you or upsell you on the PS5s, like you got to get a PS5 to get it, but now you also got to buy the game again or upgrade the game to the PS5 version.
yeah.
That's shitty.
That's Sony's. That's Sony.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to do free upgrades or smart delivery like Xbox has. They want to charge you for every little thing they get.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it smells like broken here. What is going on?
Yeah, I mean,
And sadly enough, that's been the argument against or for it.
That is very much that doesn't surprise me.
the Sony fans who are the loudest on Twitter are saying like we'll just get a PS5, but then there are the broke Sony fans who are like, well, I can't afford it. This is messed up. I already bought the game. Why can't I have it? It's definitely bad business.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
absolutely bad business. It's bad business in the sense of customer service. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
But in their mind, and you gotta remember, in Sony's mind, they're really just doing their best to optimize how much money they can get. Jesus, what's happening?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and they can
Yeah.
do that as the market leader.
Yeah. And it's with everything going on about like the Activision Microsoft thing, it's just very strange that they're just blatantly doing this and don't seem to be getting any repercussions for it.
It's because they're all
no,
biased. They're all PlayStation fans.
They're all PlayStation. Yeah.
I don't think that's what's going on. But if that helps it out a little more, I'm not going to disagree with you. I guess.
So we'll jump right into some more Sony news because we have a lot of new releases for the PlayStation Plus, Extra, and Premium versions of their subscription service. Lots of games coming to the service. Lots of games that people may have had already, and some of them are even on Game Pass. But now PlayStation can have a little taste of what we had. So, PlayStation Plus is going to release WWE 2K22, Far Cry, almost all of them. You have Far Cry 5, New Dawn, Primal, and a bunch of the Yakuzas. You have The Judgment, which is the spin-off of the Yakuza series. You have The Like a Dragon, as well as Yakuza 6, Song of the Dragon. And you'll have both Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, the Middle Earth games.
Okay.
Yes, so there's a ton of games, a ton of games. You even have some PlayStation Premium Classics dropping, some PSP games, as well as PlayStation 1 and 3. You have Ridge Racer 2 for the PSP.
Ridge Racer.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Yes. And not the old classic, Ridge Racer. You have the PSP version of Ridge Racer 2. You have Heavenly Sword that was on the PS3, and Oddworld Abe's Exodus from the PlayStation 1, which is oddly enough one of my favorite Oddworld games. And then
That was the original, right?
yes, it's one of the original ones.
Okay.
Yeah, on the PlayStation 1. And then the last of the classics would be Pinball Heroes from the PSP. So a ton of games. There's even more games. Like you have Ben 10 Power Trip coming out, Worms WMD, The Escapist
Worms.
2.
Let's not go.
They have Pillars of Eternity on there. It's the Ultimate Edition, so that's cool. But a lot of these games, again, they're just getting this in December. A lot of these games are already on the Game Pass service, so it's nice to
Yeah.
see that the PlayStation people can enjoy the same type of games that we've enjoyed already on the Game
You know
Pass.
we're not supposed to be biased like this, right? It's extremely.
What I'm just saying, it's
Jesus.
He's an unashamed ex-bot.
I fully got it.
Listen.
No,
I
like,
have
no.
a PS4. I have a PS4 right here. I haven't touched it besides the exclusives. I don't need a Sony subscription when I have Game Pass. I don't need that.
Got
I'm
it.
not a-
Got it.
I'm not a
Not
Xbox
Yeah, we know.
bot, but I am
No.
a fan of the Game Pass service.
No, if I want you to just skip to this part of this podcast when it says about 15 minutes. I want you to hear yourself again because damn, that was biased.
It was. I'm not even gonna lie.
That was
I'm not-
crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. It's sad to see that they're getting all these games now.
I mean, at least they're getting them.
They are.
They're bolstering the service. They're trying. So you can't really knock them for that.
No, they are. They should be proud of having all these games. There's some really great games. The Yakuza series in general are really great games.
Yeah.
To have both Like a Dragon, Yakuza 6, and Judgment. And Judgment is like a spin-off detective game. Is really good. So they should be proud to be having this on the series on their subscription service.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just
God.
want to give a quick shout out to Brother Jay for game sharing with me on PlayStation. So I have PlayStation Plus because of him.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Shut it down. Like, shut it down.
Wow, so we're gonna get right into more Sony news. So Sony announced they sent out dev kits for a new PS5 console to replace both PS5 disc and digital edition, and it's supposed to be just as powerful. It's not going to be more powerful. It's going to be smaller in scale because it's going to have the removable disc drive. So
That's gonna be interesting.
yes, very interesting. So they're sort of calling it like a mid-gen refresh, and developer kits are already out there. People already have it. It's not much that developers would have to do in terms of making games for this particular PS5 model, seeing as it's roughly the same except the size and the disk drive not being there or being there depending on if you want it there. So I think we're seeing a late 2023 to an early 2024 release for this particular model of PlayStation. And that would be very interesting to see like the final like retail version of this console, because as we know the PS5 is humongous. It is huge.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wonder what the price is gonna be, because if they're detaching the disc drive, currently they have the digital version,
Yes.
but are they gonna sell it with the detached disc drive where you can buy it separately, or is it like it comes with the disc drive and you can take it off? Like,
I think it's going to be separate. Come on, we're talking about Sony here. They're going to want more money.
yeah, I guess.
They're going to have everything separate, just
So they'll sell it without the disc drive, and then you can buy it.
Yes, then you can buy it. Yeah, but you're
So
right.
shitty.
I wonder what kind of price point they're gonna set for it.
I would assume it's probably gonna stay around the same, hopefully. So probably around like four. Well, it'll be the same within the region that it's in. The U.S. will be 400, and then elsewhere it'll be
A little bit
450.
more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are doing this to cut costs on shipping. It's using less copper. You know, so they're gonna be, you know, saving money on making this particular model of PlayStation. So I
Yeah.
really do want to see what the price point is going to be like.
Yeah, I'm also curious about like the hardware itself because the more modular stuff you have, the more it is prone to failure.
Mm.
So like if like people put in the wrong way or it gets jammed, then it won't read discs. Like that's all just very unless it's like a USB type thing where you just plug it in. I don't know.
I think it will be USB, but I'm not sure. Remember, this is all from an insider who he's the same insider who leaked the DualSense controller months
Okay.
before Advance, and he's been like really good. Like his track record is amazing. He leaks stuff, and it's like, okay, that came out. That was true. Um, so it's not just him. The developers are saying that they do have a new developer kit from Sony, and that's where most of his sources are coming from. So we'll know more in the coming months about this particular model of PlayStation. I want to know two things:
Can
the
you show
price.
me? I want to know about these prices, like me.
Exactly, the price, and I want to know the size of it because PS5 is huge. I want to know how much smaller did they make it.
Yeah, it's a big boy. They'll probably make it a little bit smaller. I mean, hopefully
Yeah, I
they learn from their design
I
mistakes.
do want to. I do would like to see a different design on the console itself. I feel like it's oddly shaped. So if you want to lay it down, or you know,
Yeah,
it's weird. You know, you have to have that stand, and it's not fully leveled. So I want to see the final product.
yeah, they'll probably go with a more traditional PlayStation-esque look because I feel like they did that with the PS3 where they made it like really weirdly shaped, and then once they did the redesign, it looked completely different.
Yeah. I mean, they have track records for making it look different. I mean, just the regular PS4 compared to the slim model looks different. It looks
Yeah,
they're both black consoles, but they look different. Like if you look between two, you can tell they're two different consoles.
Mm.
yeah. I also wonder if this is like kind of like hinting that Xbox might have something as well. Because I know the Switch most definitely has a new console coming. Like
Really?
Switch 2 or whatever. It has to be. There's no way. There's no way that the Switch is gonna last longer than 7 years.
I mean, with the
I don't.
sales numbers, what do you like?
I honestly, you said that it's been 7 years. It's crazy to me.
I know. Well, yeah, if you think about it, like it still feels like new. Well, not new, but it's like it's still selling hot. Don't the thing is that now developers are running into issues where it's either they're struggling to port games over or they're just struggling to make games. I mean, look at the most recent Pokemon game. Like it's a Nintendo game, but it's still lagging and struggling to run stably. So I think another Switch or a new console is in order. Probably 2024 at least.
I'm
Well,
not gonna argue on that one.
I don't know. I don't think it's hard to make a new console in today's world simply because they may not have enough materials, you know, unless they're gonna completely redesign it and to use less silicone, copper, all these materials that they absolutely need to make a console, especially mass produce it, you know, for the millions of
Well,
players.
well now,
Millions
so,
and millions watching at home.
well supposedly the what is it? The chip shortage has been lightening.
Lightning versus how it was pre-pandemic is
Well,
a
no,
big
it's
difference.
I mean, very true, but it's not as bad as it used to be,
No,
and it's getting better. So
it is. It is.
hopefully that means that they're able to at least start production in 2024.
I mean, I think
Maybe like
I
late 2024 release.
if I had to say, you know, if I were to be there in the room when they say, I would say, don't do a mid-gen refresh. Work on the next console, but don't do a
No,
mid-gen refresh.
that's what I mean. I don't mean like a version of the Switch. I mean like a new console.
No.
But it has to be backwards compatible with the Switch because the Switch is way too popular.
Oh yeah, definitely. Too many games
That's
for the
what they
Switch.
Yeah, that's what they did with the Wii and the Wii U. Like they
Yeah.
made it backwards compatible because they knew the Wii was still a big seller.
Oh yeah, the Wii was selling like crazy still. Well, we'll see. We'll see what comes out of the Nintendo camp for that aspect. I definitely want to see it because, of course, I'm gonna buy 2 of them.
Lord help me.
What do you mean? You're gonna buy 3? One for you, one for your wife, and one for your son.
No,
Oh, no.
Only 2, only 2. Because my son has his Xbox now. He'll be happy with just that.
No, he'll want a
No,
Switch.
no, he won't. No, he won't.
No, if he wants something, he could play my old Switch. I get the new one.
That's messed up.
That's crazy because you're gonna be looking at him like, damn, why your Switch so low? Oh, that's right.
It takes so long. Why it look like this, Daddy?
Oh man, that's great.
It's great. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's great. Listen, when I was younger, I got hand-me-downs. I got my older brother's stuff, you know,
Yeah,
all
when
his
you were
toys and
young.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like you were younger.
Did you like it?
Word.
Yeah, what was this one?
You like getting hand-me-downs?
No, nobody likes getting hand-me-downs, but you know
Alright,
what?
so what?
Why you gonna do it again?
He's gonna experience my plight.
What is
You're supposed to want better for your kids.
apparently not?
No, not in this sense. He could get everything else better.
Damn.
Comes to gaming, I come first. Let me stop.
That's crazy.
I mean, he did get a Series S, while I got a Series X. So,
That's still.
are you trying to
that's
like?
different.
Are you trying to just find exceptions so we can praise you?
maybe,
No,
maybe.
it's not happening. I'll let you know right now. It's not gonna happen.
I tried. You can't blame me for trying.
I can. That's the problem.
I think that's gonna be it for Sony news. It's like you said, it's been late, but at least we had some Sony news this time, and we'll be continuing on the lookout for more Sony news because we do want to talk more about all types of gaming, not just Xbox and Sony. You know, not just Activision.
Yeah, because I feel like the past few weeks has been the Activision,
Yeah. It's-
Microsoft podcast.
It's gonna be that way for a while until things, settle down in courts and FTCs and all that.
Man said, I hope you don't feel that way because you about to listen to it again. Oh, you thought it was over? That's crazy. Let me talk to you more about this PlayStation news.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump into some Xbox news. We got some.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah, we
like
did the
it.
Sony news. Come on.
Yeah.
I like how
Sony
you
got
both
its
complained.
chance.
You
No.
both were like, "This has been like the This has been the last few episodes of the podcast have been the Sony and Microsoft Activision news." All right, right. Well, let's talk about Microsoft real quick. That's what that was.
It's okay. We're gonna get to a little bit of FTC and Microsoft news later. For now, we're gonna do Xbox Game Pass has released new perks for December, and if you don't know, Xbox Game Pass allows you to redeem perks. The last month they had subscription service for Apple TV and Apple Music, which is very surprising. They had 3 months of each, and this month they have some goodies for Star Wars fans for the Jedi Fallen Order. You can get the digital deluxe version for free if you're an Xbox Game Pass member, and as well as a 3-month trial for Calm Premium. It's a meditation app.
I was gonna say, I feel like I heard that before. But
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, it's all about meditation, relaxation, and trying to help you sleep. by having like white noise and stuff. And of course, it's a subscription. So the Xbox Game Pass gives you a 3-month trial, which is pretty cool. You know, a lot of trials recently coming to the Xbox Game Pass.
How dare
That's
it
good,
care about my mental health? Get that shit out of here.
right?
It's not all I want.
I don't want to meditate. I want to be stressed.
It came out around the perfect time, you know, the holidays, Christmas time. A lot of people
Yeah.
are stressed, you know, just take a nice deep
Dealing with
breath.
seasonal depression and all that.
Yeah, take a nice deep breath. Redeem your trial for 3 months. You know, listen to some white noise, sleep better.
Cool beans. I might use it myself.
I mean, why not? It's free for 3 months.
Yeah, I have no excuse. No, not for nothing. They've had pretty good deals the past few months. I remember they were offering, I think they offered Disney Plus at one point.
At one point, I do remember them offering, I think it was,
This Microsoft again?
yeah, Microsoft, they offered
We're
Disney
still on it.
Plus.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Disney
it was
Plus.
that. It's the idea of Disney and Microsoft working together. Something about that doesn't sit right with me.
Well, that's why I was surprised last month that they had, you know, 2 subscription services for Apple.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa, what's this?
Microsoft they don't care. They work with anybody.
That's true. I mean,
Anything that makes money.
that
That's-
is
there you
especially
go.
true since they're working with, you know, the Chinese government. So
They are.
Why you
Yeah.
bringing that up? It's not about that right now.
I'm just
I mean,
saying.
Who isn't working with the Chinese government? Let's be honest.
That's also very true. Like it's not incorrect.
So they have some more perks. I don't know if you know this, but Gundam Evolution came out with a free to play game. And
I heard about that.
yes, and it's sort of like Overwatch, whereas like every character has different abilities and stuff. You have to team up and
Yeah,
fight.
it's like a hero shooter.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty fun. I've played a little bit of it, played a couple matches. So that's free to play, but Xbox Game Pass gave you ultimate perks by giving you different skins for different characters. So like it's like 3 or 4 characters where you can customize it, so you could be a little bit different than the normal gray-ish Gundam.
Just in case you want to feel a little different, I got you.
Definitely. And the big one for December for the perks was Jedi Fallen Order Deluxe Upgrade. So if you have the Game Pass Ultimate version, you can get Jedi Fallen Order Deluxe Upgrade, which gives you a bunch of skins and cosmetics and allows you to look at their art book that was only for the digital deluxe version of the game. So that's pretty cool for any Star Wars fans. And that's on the heels of the Star Wars Survivor trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely recommend anybody try that game out. I remember I was kind of hesitant because it didn't from the outside looking in, it didn't look like appealing for whatever reason. It looked really good visually, but I don't know, for whatever reason the gameplay just didn't speak to me right away. But then it was on Game Pass, so I was like, I might as well try it out. And then I fell in love. It was great.
That's where he realized he made a mistake. I could no longer escape.
Unfortunately.
I mean, the game was really good. It was very well done. I'm looking forward to Survivors because, you know, a lot of Jedi Fallen Order was you learning your powers, regaining them, so to speak.
And I think they said that majority of your powers will stay. Like they're not gonna make you relearn them like other games do.
Well, I hope not. You know, you're already knee deep into
That was-
surviving.
Yeah, that was one thing that it kind of got me annoyed in God of War, but the way they addressed it was kind of funny. So in Ragnarok, obviously it's a sequel to the first game, but like you lose all your stuff in the first game, going into the second game.
Really?
And yeah, I mean, obviously that's how they do it. So, but like they never really address it. It's just kind of like you just gotta relearn the stuff. But then like you get to a point and somebody asks you, well, it was pertaining to like your armor or whatever. Because like if you had like high level armor, why would you go back to the old stuff? And one of the guys asked Kratos, he's like, "What happened to the armor I made you?" And then Kratos just goes, "I used it."
That's it.
That's it. He's
Actually,
like,
I do remember that. I do remember that line actually.
okay.
He's like,
That's
"What happened to the thing
hilarious.
I built you before?" He's like, "Yeah, it's gone. I don't know. It's like I used it, bro.
He's like, I used it. What do you want me to tell you?
That's
Like,
great.
It's gone." It'd be really funny if Kratos just takes a deep breath and goes like, "That's a good question."
He's like, don't ask me that.
Just looks at you puzzled like, "What?"
What armor?
He completely forgot about the whole first game.
Yeah.
His whole journey.
looks at you
I
like
don't
you
know.
crazy. Like, what? What's this man
What are you talking about?
Like, what's going on, buddy? Like, you okay? It's like, nah, I don't like this.
So we're gonna segue into some games coming up, some hype for both. There's two games that we want to talk about. One game will be Hogwarts Legacy, because yeah, I know, we talked about this off screen. You're not very excited about Hogwarts Legacy.
Listen. Not to rehash anything, because we were going at it.
We're gonna rehash it. Let's do this.
This is why I don't.
Okay.
This is why I don't listen to podcasts when I'm off. Like, y'all think I'm joking? I do not listen to a single thing once we release it.
It's okay. It looks interesting, and when they first showed it off, it did look interesting. I just don't like that a lot of it just feels like grind.
You don't know that it's gonna be grind though, because
I don't. That's the problem. I'm worried.
It's okay to be worried, but to say the game doesn't look good because you're afraid it's gonna be grindy.
I didn't say it doesn't look good. I said I'm worried about that aspect of it, and which is why I'm gonna wait until I hear more about it.
That's fair. I can deal with that. But if you just be like, nah, I don't want to get it. It's busy work. That triggered me.
Listen, busy work.
That's exactly what you said. Those are your words.
I did say that because I couldn't figure out. I was at work at the time. I couldn't figure out the word, and the word was grind.
For some reason, I love the word busy work. I like it more. It sounds better.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, this is coming. We all came from Target where they gave us constant busy work.
Oh God, let's not rehash those memories.
Exactly.
I don't remember asking to be brought into that pain. Like, what did I do to deserve that? That's crazy. That was not okay. And what in any order? That was just hurtful.
So the
man was like, I was like, I don't want to hear you say nothing. I'll bring back your pain and misery.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Maybe we should skip this topic then. Jeez.
It's not even about. It's not even about the topic. That's the worst part.
Yeah, exactly.
He just wanted to be violent. I don't even understand what happened.
Personal. It got personal
for no reason.
No, like I said, it looks interesting. I want to hear more about it before I decide if I'm gonna get it or not.
Are you sure? Let me know now.
Sure. I'm sure. Well, I won't get it at launch, most likely.
I'm definitely getting it.
There's way too many games coming out around that same time.
Well, see, that's the beauty. A lot of the games are coming out on Game Pass. There are a lot of games coming out on Game Pass, so it's like I can spare the money to buy a game I really want, like Hogwarts Legacy, if the other games that I want that I'm gonna play are coming out on Game Pass.
I mean, I just don't want to spend the money if I'm not gonna play it right away. You know,
that's
if
fair.
I have like
if you go
3 other games I'm trying to play, I'm not gonna spend $70 and be like, all right, you just sit there until I'm ready.
That's completely fair. I would rather you wait for a sale too, you know, and for a time where you're gonna actually play the game.
I made my decision. You be good. You wait here till I'm ready.
I mean, the reason why we're speaking about it is because they just released a 30-minute video of all gameplay and everything that they have going for it, and the hype is just getting out there. People on Twitter are talking about it, people on Facebook, everyone's talking about Hogwarts Legacy, and it's sort of like the Harry Potter game that people always wanted, but they never had. I guess the technology and the scope and vision just weren't there until this
it's
particular
because
game.
it's because it's not tied to a movie, so it makes it more
Yeah,
like you can do more with that instead.
for sure, for sure.
Oh,
This is all pre any movie that they have, so that definitely helps the story and its case. I'm extremely excited for this game. I've watched the whole 30-minute showcase that they did of the gameplay, and every minute I saw something new, I was like, "Oh man, this looks great! I can't wait!" And even for me, for things like where I don't like where I have to take time out in the game where I have to build something. When they showed some gameplay where they were actually building a space where you can take care of the animals, like the creatures in the Harry Potter world, and I was like, "Oh man, that's cool! I didn't even know that was in the game," and that got me excited, more excited for it. So it's just little things that we learn about the game as as the release date comes up, because the release date is in February. They're showing more and more. It just makes me confident that they're going to release on time and as well as produce a really good game.
Speaking of, since we're talking about it, I just remembered that there is news regarding that game
Yes.
that the last gen versions got delayed.
Exactly. I was just gonna bring that up.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said this, I was like, oh no, what am I gonna have to hear now? It's like my fear.
No, because I remember I heard it, but the way it was worded, it made it seem like the entire game got
Oh
delayed.
no, it's only for PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch versions that are getting delayed. They don't even have
Yeah.
a date. They're just saying it's being delayed. Now,
I thought it said April. Or am I bugging?
or maybe it's the Nintendo Switch that doesn't have a date, but the Xbox One and PS4 have a date. But I could be wrong on that one, because that one I didn't get the final date for that one. But I know that
Oh.
they did push it back, and I know people are upset, especially people who can't afford any of the new consoles, because we all know that the PS5 is going to have exclusive content for this game. Sony brought some
Oh yeah.
exclusive content.
Even more reasons that I want to pick it up right away.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna. They actually said that it's gonna come out eventually on the Xbox. I think it's like year. They have like a year worth of content for the
Can you,
PlayStation and the
can you
PlayStation.
wait that year, my brother?
I can. There's gonna be a lot to do in that game.
I wasn't talking about you. Honest truth.
I
I
can.
wasn't talking to you. I
I'll wait
know
the
you
year.
can.
It'll be $40, and I don't have to worry about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Come summertime, it's probably gonna be on sale for $40. The same way where, because it's made by WB Games, right? The publisher. So I mean, Gotham Knights came out $70, and like 2-3 months later, it was $40 on sale.
I think it was like a month later, wasn't it?
I don't even know. All I know is I got it on sale.
Pretty quick. Pretty quick.
It was pretty quick. It was pretty quick.
I both don't know.
It's actually still on sale because the Xbox and the PlayStation both have some major holiday sales going on right now.
Oh yeah.
You could pick up a ton of games for cheap right now.
I should probably look into that.
Yes.
Imagine. As soon as we get sponsorships, we're just gonna make Brother Zay do it. Cause screw this.
I mean, all I'm saying is we're a gaming podcast. We want to inform our listeners of all the deals that they can have. All the
These
games.
deals, the holiday deals, they go hard. Like
Yeah.
you get games for like $5.
It's true. It's true. Like even like the digital deluxe edition for Gotham Knights was on sale for $40. That's a better deal than when I brought it on sale. I didn't come with anything, just the base game. So they have a ton of deals. Both on PlayStation and Xbox.
It's like I was struggling. Now you don't have to struggle. Put in our
Exactly.
code.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll get there.
That's what it sounds like every time he says it. And when he brings up stuff, like I'm just waiting for him to be like, if you really want to know more about this, put in our sponsor code at this. And I'm like, I didn't know we had a sponsor. This is crazy.
We will. We're gonna reach there.
Baby steps.
Definitely. So the next game that we're gonna speak about is Starfield. And now I know everybody's super excited about Starfield. And They want to know its release date. They want
I'm
to
not gonna lie to
know
you.
more and more about it. But
I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time you say it, my brain just says he meant to say Garfield. It's okay.
no, Starfield. Bethesda's new game, not Garfield.
I know you meant. I know what game you're talking about. Just my mind. Just like, it's Garfield, bro. It's Garfield. I understand.
I'm surprised that hasn't been like done. Like somebody photoshopped the Starfield box art with Garfield's face.
Now that's definitely gonna get done. You know the
It
internet's too
has,
fast.
it has to.
Somebody's
It
gonna
has
do
to.
it. So the big news with Starfield is that a lot of developers came out and talked about it, and we're talking about the types of quests we're going to be in there because people were really worried that they weren't going to be able to see everything during one playthrough. People were worried they're going to have to play the game maybe 3 or 4 times in order to see different things, different endings, or to speak to different characters and NPCs because of the scope and the size of the game.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I worry about that a lot.
Well,
Like
fear
missing
not.
out on content because you decided to do one thing over another.
Yeah, well, fear not, because they came out and said that the factions in the Starfield universe will all be playable. So it's not like you have to pick and choose like in Fallout 4, where you have to pick a side and only play that side. You can pick,
In a lot of games, actually.
yeah.
I just
So
thought about it, but yeah.
you know, like Skyrim. Skyrim allowed you to be part of the Thieves Guild, and they let you be a part of all these different guilds and do everything in like one giant playthrough. So they're gonna follow the steps of Skyrim and allow you to be a part of many different guilds and many different factions, so that way you can experience the full story in one playthrough.
Good.
Yes,
That's what I want.
yes, it's true because the scale the when you hear about Starfield, you picture that 1,000 planets and all that can be out there and all the time that you can waste. But then you think about, what about the quest? What about the missions, the factions, the side quests? Am I going to be able to see it all? So
You
this
think a lot. That's the problem.
I do. I do. Especially for games that are gonna come out that I really want to play. You know, I wanna know more about them. So if I can have sort of peace of mind to tell me I'm gonna be able to play this one time or have one character instead of playing like 3 or 4 times to see the whole story, that's great news for me.
Good. I got nothing this time. I got nothing for you.
You got nothing?
I got no jokes for you this time. Sorry. I'm sorry if I disappointed you on that one. I got no shot.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I was like, this
You'll
man,
get,
man has some good
you'll
points.
get him. You'll get him next time.
But I didn't know it was a competition. That's crazy. Now I got to be on my A game. I thought I could just retire.
No, never.
Just every time I try to leave, they keep pulling me back.
You're the oh shit, Tom Brady
Oh.
of our podcast. You're never gonna retire.
Not Tom Brady.
Nah, like if I have kids, I'm actually like them.
You gonna kiss him on the lips too?
Hey,
Hey, whoa.
I like my kids. I don't like
That's
my,
what Tom Brady does.
he does. I like my kids. I ain't say I'm gonna like them like that, man. That's
Oh.
It's not. The problem is it's not a peck. That's a long ass smooch.
Yeah, no, it was like a smooch. Like it wasn't even like a. It was.
It was.
Oh no! Stop it!
I used to think we
Weird.
felt.
This is weird, man.
Well, this is weird to you. Oh, I'm glad you thought so.
Yeah,
You have to
we're in the
watch
same
that,
boat. We're in the same boat.
watch that shit live. Just like, well, I don't know if he should be kissing someone that long. I'm not gonna lie.
So we're gonna get next into the part of the news that producer Jay does not want to hear.
Uh-oh.
Like, what happened?
What news do I not want to hear?
What did you do?
Activision and Blizzard.
Oh,
You see?
Maybe alright. Continue. Next.
So we remember last week we were discussing that the the vice president had a meeting with the FTC, the Brad Smith.
$12 at the freaking FCC. Let's go.
So it turned out that they never even had the meeting.
What?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Brad Smith actually went there, and they basically snubbed him. All like the, I guess, like interns or just all the side people said, no, you're not gonna actually have the meeting. You know, they're too busy, and they just completely didn't even want to hear anything that Microsoft had to say. So
That's
it's
funny.
like they had their mind set up, and they just wasted their time by allowing them to actually go all the way to DC and waste their time.
Spend money and waste freaking air fuel.
Yeah, yeah. So they already had their intentions to sue, and they didn't even want to hear their decree, because actually Brad Smith and the people at Xbox made a whole decree, a legal binding contract to keep all these games multi-plat, to even allow it to go on to PlayStation's own service, own game service. And they didn't even want to hear it. They were just like, don't worry, we're suing you anyway. You know, go home. You know? So
It's just to get the freaking eyeballs on them so they can expand their powers. Like that's all they want. They saw Microsoft, they're like, oh, big tech bad.
yeah. I mean,
they did it. It could also just be a good PR move.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
They want the PR because of it. Oh, the FTC is taking on Microsoft, big evil Microsoft. Like that's the headline.
the problem with that is that anytime this lady was it Khan, Lena Khan, every time she has brought up a lawsuit against anybody, she is lost.
She's lost. Yeah,
She hasn't won any case.
She's trying to get the win. That's why. So she's just throwing anything she can.
Yeah.
Sometimes the dub is more important than the actual reason. I don't think
Pretty
correct.
much.
I mean, it's just
No, there's no what
ridiculous.
you need. It's pretty much. It is. I want this victory. Give it to me. That's it.
I don't think there's gonna be a victory for her in the sense that when a judge looks at this, they're gonna look at the facts. They're gonna look at what Microsoft has said, their decree, their legally binding decrees that they've made to both Sony, Nintendo, and even to Steam, and they're gonna say, okay, well, what is your argument against it? And as soon as they say, oh, but they're gonna keep games exclusive, away from Sony, they could just come out. Well, Sony has exclusives too. Are those exclusives
they
going to
can
go
say
to
that
Game Pass?
They've already promised that they're not going to do that. They said that they're willing to have it legally binding.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Yeah.
What is your next move, buddy? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. No, there's no next move. The judge is going to look at this. He's going to see the facts, see everything that Microsoft has said and done, all their legal contracts, and they're going to be like, all right, Microsoft, you can go ahead and do what you got to do. And the FCC is going to have egg on their face because they're going to fail again, and Microsoft's going to get Activision, at least.
they're not going to care. Like, honestly, like, they'll do all this posturing, they'll do all this, like, big talk or whatever, and then when they lose, they'll just float under the radar because nobody actually cares.
Yeah.
You okay? You want to talk about it?
It is what it is. That once this is done, once the deal is closed and the Activision becomes part of Microsoft, like nobody's really gonna care about what the FCC said. It's gonna be like, remember when they tried to do that? That was funny.
I mean, it's kind of true, It's like nobody's ever gonna care about what they, especially gamers. Like the average gamer doesn't care about the FTC and what they rule. They just want to be able to play their games. They are.
And like I said last week, the fact that they didn't take it to judiciary court means that they're not trying to actually block it. They just want to make a point. Because if they wanted to block it, if they wanted to stop it like entirely, they could have taken it to judiciary court, and the everything would have stopped. Like it would have halted, and Microsoft wouldn't have been able to do anything. Yeah. But they took it to administrative court, so that means they can do stuff. They can still close technically, although they probably won't. But they have the ability to.
I mean, if they have the ability to, I think at this point Microsoft's gonna be like, let's just close. We have everybody's on board except for the FTC. We'll just close anyway because it's not
and then
like,
deal with it later.
yeah, what are they gonna do? They can't stop them.
I
They're
don't
not
know.
gonna be able to stop them. They don't have enough capital to do it.
We don't have the technology, Tony. It don't work that way.
Yeah, that's as much news as we have for the week. It's been very light. I don't want to keep going over the FTC and the Activision and all the
Yeah.
little bits. It's beating a dead horse by now. So if we have any more updates, we'll bring that to all our listeners. But for now, that's it for FTC until we get like a major update.
Yeah, which is probably gonna come in January.
Yeah, definitely. I think everybody's taking a break for the holidays. Enough fighting. We're trying to spend time with family.
Yeah.
Not Tom Brady though.
Not
Oh
Tom Brady.
no!
What? I ain't bring him up, but you're gonna deal with it now. That's the way life goes.
I mean, he'll spend time with his family, just not his, ex-wife.
Not his son.
No, he's avoiding his whole family. Actually, no, I'm actually on that subject. Actually, Aaron Rodgers also is avoiding his family. Oh, you gotta love it here.
Oh man.
They're like, we heard a producer Jay. He loved his kids too much for us. We know about this. We got how many kids? 2. That's too many.
It's too many.
Going home. I am going home.
All right, brother Zay, didn't you had a question?
I did have a question.
Okay.
I'm sure.
All right, so we'll do this, and then
did you forget?
We'll end it with this question.
Yeah. So the question is, we've done a lot of talk about what's been our favorite games and what got us into gaming. Let's talk about a little bit of the opposite. In your opinion, what is the worst game of all time that you've played?
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a very
This is tough, actually. I gotta think about this one. Yeah, maybe you should have told us.
I warned you. If you want, I'll go first while you guys think.
No, I gotta go. I gotta look up because I know what console it's for. I just gotta look it up and see if I gotta look up and see the picture again.
Okay.
I could buy a GameCube for 150. Look at that for later on.
Bookmark that.
What? Continue. I'm sorry.
So, I guess I'll go. That way, I'll give you guys some time to think and hash over what your worst gaming of all time is. So mine would have to be on the Nintendo 64, the Superman game.
Oh, you actually played that?
I'm like, if you played that, I can't.
I have played it.
I can't argue that one.
It's probably the worst game I've ever played in my entire life.
I can imagine.
It was so badly done. It's 64, so the graphics weren't going to be crazy. But at the time, they had games that did look good on the 64, so, I had some high hopes, and it was just bad. It was all bad. The graphics, the city, basically you were just flying around into circles. That was it. That was the game. You were Superman flying around in circles.
Oh god,
I know which one.
And it was terrible. So that is probably the worst game I have ever played, in my opinion. Everybody's opinion could be different.
No, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would share.
I mean, they played it. I can't say nothing to that. I'm like, you played that? Oh, more power.
And
I only heard about it like through like X Play and stuff like that. Where they talked about it.
Yeah, where they bashed it. Yeah. I mean, I'm a big Superman fan, a huge Superman fan. It's probably one of my all-time favorite.
Probably hurts you to say. It probably hurt you to play that game.
It hurt me to say that it was terrible because I want it to be good. I want Superman's to have good games, but I don't even think he has a good game because even on the PlayStation, was it the PlayStation? Like the PlayStation 1, the Superman game for the Brandon Routh movie. Superman Returns, was it?
I don't know.
That
The
movie,
fuck are
that was
you talking
terrible.
about?
That
What?
video game, the video game that was based off the movie, that video game was also terrible. Just not as bad as the 64 version of the game.
Wait, what? What the fuck are you talking? I'm so lost right now.
No, I was saying
Ever-
like this
There was another Superman
another
game.
Superman game for like the
Oh,
PlayStation
okay,
2.
thank you. Because I was a little lost. I was like, what is this man talking about? I'm concerned. It's
No,
like,
I had
does he
to
want
had to
to?
do with the Brandon Routh Superman, and they came out with a game, and it was also terrible, but it just wasn't as bad as the 64 version of the game. It was really really bad. So that was my worst game all time.
Good choice. Good choice.
I think I found it. There are two
You
games.
found it.
I looked through my list of games. Actually, I have it right next to me, and I remember the two GameCube games that I hated the most, and they're both movie games. Just to let you know.
Oh.
So
Okay.
all movie games are just bad. It is just a personal fact. The one I think the one I hate the most has to be Shark Tale. Shark Tale.
You Shark Tale.
Shark Tale, the video game. Did you know I didn't? This game was not. My mother did not buy this game because this came out when I was a child. I want to know that this game, the other one actually is Finding Nemo, the video game.
Oh, that one was.
So they were licensed games.
Yeah, they were licensed. These games were awful. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They were pretty bad. I remember the Finding Nemo game.
Just
I feel like
Ooh.
it's like a given. Like back then, the licensed video games were always bad.
No, like this game was worse than bad. Like it needed help. It needed help, and it was never going to get it. There was nothing in this game that was going to save it from not being as terrible as it was.
Some strong opinions about a licensed game.
No, like there was a point. Shark Tale had a game where it's like, okay, like it literally replayed the movie, so it's like, oh, I'm Oscar, I gotta get to work before like my boss gets there, I'm gonna get fired. For it to be like a high speed chase that glitches on you from time to time. So the game's gonna glitch on you, so you have to start all over. So it's gonna take you time to even finish the game. And then once you finish it, it turns into like a Dance Revolution game.
What?
Yeah, they start
Did
playing.
hear about that? Yeah.
You get there and they're like, all right, now we're gonna button mash at the car wash. Whoa.
Oh no!
And then after you're done with that, you now have to play a hide and seek escort game where you have to get to your house with the shark.
Oh.
And then like they showed you how to fight. Do you remember? Have you ever played like the Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup game?
No, but I always wanted to try it.
I had that game. I wish I could. I want to describe this. Like they gave, and then it had boss fights, like legit boss fights when you're fighting the sharks, which was just you hitting like A and B and hitting like R and left to like dodge randomly.
Oh.
That's pretty much the whole game. It recycled between those 4 mini games. That was pretty much it.
Ooh, sounds pretty
Sounds
terrible.
amazing.
I
All right, so I was trying to think. I was like, yo, what I rarely, not to like say I'm like a soothsayer or anything, but it's very rare that I actually buy a game and then regret it. Like I usually am kind of aware about the games that I buy. I always, like I said, like with Hogwarts, like if I'm not 100% on it, I'll wait. So this time it was a gift, so I can't really say I bought it. So
What's the best ones?
picture this. It's 2006. The Xbox 360 just came out, and you got it for Christmas, and you're trying to get like different games because it's a new thing. You want to get games for it, obviously. So there was 2 games that I got for it for Christmas. I got Saints Row. It's an amazing game. Like, not compared to the new one, but we won't talk about that.
Mhm.
I didn't buy that one, but the first one was really good. The second one, I actually wanted. I asked for this. And when I tell you, I was severely disappointed that I literally, I think within the next few days I went and sold it. It was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh,
Oh.
That was
the fact that
the
you.
worst.
I would have
the
never thought
worst.
you said you had that game. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I had it. Like I said, it was a gift, and I wanted it though, because it's Sonic. You know, like that was right off the heels of Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
So it's like, how could they go wrong? It's Sonic. The last two games were great. No, that was I wanted to cry. Honestly, how old was I?
Oh
was
my
like-
god, that's so funny. I'm so
Let's say,
sorry.
2006. So I can't do math right now. Anyway, I was young.
You were young. You were young and full of hope.
Yes, I was.
Thinking the world would be this way.
So
Nope.
yeah, so yeah, it was very bad. Like I can't even begin to describe how bad it was. Like it wasn't until after the fact that I realized how bad it was. Like I thought it was bad when I was playing it, but it wasn't until after I watched like videos on it that I actually was like, wow, this was terrible. Like I dodged the bullet. Well, I mean,
You
my
didn't judge
dad,
it. Like someone does.
yeah, my dad didn't dodge that bullet because he spent the money on it.
Like,
but
like you dodged a bullet not playing it again. Your dad look. If your dad had to see that, he's like, "You asked me for this shit." You ain't never,
no,
I want you to know right now, you ain't never get another video game from me right now.
so yeah, no, that was bad. I sold it like within the next few days, and luckily I had a little bit saved up, so I was able to trade that in and use the money that I had to get Gears of War.
That's a great upgrade.
So yes, it was definitely a good transition, and yeah, that game was bad.
You got the first Gears of War, right?
Yeah, because that was the year it came out.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, perfect. That's
was it the year? Or maybe it was out already. I don't know.
Yeah.
You got it. That's all important.
That's all that matters. Yeah, I got it.
That's a great upgrade.
Yeah, so it had a happy ending. It had a bad start though.
That's all we got. Happy endings.
Yes. It was a Christmas miracle, and I hope everybody has their Christmas miracle this week.
Yes, because I think this will be the last show for before Christmas.
Yeah, we'll probably. I mean, no promises. We're most likely not going to do an episode next week because it's going to be too hectic, and yeah.
People's got lives, people.
Yes.
We got families we got to buy gifts for still. Right, Producer Jay?
Damn.
I'm almost done.
Yeah, there was no need for that. That was crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm your violent streak, brother Taze, rubbing off on me.
Don't blame me for that. No, that was all you, baby. That was all you. You're not gonna throw me in the bench for something you said. I think the fuck not.
We do it out of love. We do it out of love.
I don't know anymore. That's on Producer Jay to fight you. I will record though. Don't trust me on that.
Well, hopefully nothing too crazy happens within the next week.
You know what's funny? We never heard from B or J what games we're playing, which just makes it even better.
Oh, that's right. Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm still playing the same stuff. Like, I don't know. It's like I said, this week has just been very hectic, so I haven't really been playing much.
Well, I returned to Team Fight Tactics from the League people.
Team Fight Tactics, what's that?
It's from League of Legends people. It's just.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. I've heard of that. You know, wait, you play on PC, right? Or no, it's on the phone?
I play on both. It just depends on how I feel during the day. But mostly on phone because I'm out. I'm normally always outside.
They added all the Riot games to Game Pass.
I know, I saw.
Right.
And
you can get perks because of it. So, might want to look into that.
Oh, that sounds like more work than I ever will do in my lifetime. Let's be honest.
Just a suggestion.
Like I said, that sounds like more work than I will ever do in my lifetime. So, I appreciate the suggestion. Your suggestion is welcome here. Unlike the violence that was brought upon. That's it. Like I said before.
He had to bring it back up.
Yeah.
What I do.
Anyway.
I'm the same.
that'll do it for us, guys. We'll put the link tree in the description. I did make it, and I did put it, so I kept my promise from last week. So you'll follow us on there, and just like, comment, subscribe, put the notification button, all that stuff that other YouTubers say. And that's it. I'm producer Jay.
I'll just say,
I'm the Menace Brother Tay. Honestly, I might have lost the title after that insult. That's crazy.
Have a good night. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.